Welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to show you how to create a mood board using inspiration images in Photoshop. We have already got our inspiration images ready to go, and if this is a commercial project you'll need to use copyright free images. So literally go to Google and type in copyright free images and it will bring up a whole list of companies you can use. Now just when you click on the image that you want, just triple check that it can be used commercially, and that is only if your project is for a company and they're going to plaster it everywhere, or if you are going to plaster your work everywhere, because the photo belongs to the photographer, not you. So watch till the end and I'll show you the final mood board with the lowlights, the highlights, the pop, and we can do this completely from beginner level. We have opened up a new page in Photoshop, and on the right hand side we have all of our inspiration images we want to create a mood board. If you go to the right hand side and select all of the images you want in your mood board and then drag them over on top of the page and let go. And it'll take a while. If you've got a lot of images, it will take a very long time, so just don't click, just let them load. If you have many images, try to put maximum 10 to 15 at a time and let it load them up, otherwise it will crash. To get rid of the X on the image, press enter. To load each image you need to press enter for every image. Keep going till all of your images have loaded. Now you can see the layers panel is on the right hand side here, so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to select all of the layers. I'm going to do that by, you can see this one is selected, and then I'm going to hold shift down on the keyboard and then scroll with the mouse to the bottom. I'm still holding shift, and then click the last one and it selected all of them. For ease, what we're going to do is verticize it, and it just means there's no link to the image, so it's just a flat image. But always keep an image in a file somewhere so you can get back and always have the full image saved somewhere else. So you've got all of them selected on the layers panel, and now press Control and click down, and it'll bring up a big long list, so don't worry about the list, you'll only use a few things on it. I want you to go down till it says Verticize Layers and click that. And now press V on the keyboard and it'll take you back to a black arrow, and then click. So now you've verticized them. I want you to go up here. You can see as soon as I go up here the arrow changes to a scale down double arrow. So hold shift once again, and holding shift is to keep it in scale. So hold down shift, click and drag on the mouse. I'm going to make these kind of smaller, and then you can always make them bigger later. And now we're going to press enter. As you can see, once again it's loading, it's taking its time. If you've got a lot of images it's going to take a while. Go away, get a cup of tea, just don't overclick, otherwise it has a tendency to crash. And click on the white space, you've deselected those images. Now we're going to lay them out to see how they feel. So just click and drag the images around. My favourite image that I want really big, that is a really big inspiration image, so kind of you want to go for the look and the feel of your brand or the project you're creating. So click and hold down on the side corner, always hold shift, it keeps it in scale. Oh, it's having a little jitters, there you go, let go, and then press enter. This one is my favourite, I want this one really big. So the bigger the image, the more importance you're saying it has. I want to make her on top, so you, in the layers panel on the right hand side, you literally hold down, click and hold down and drag all the way up and hold it there, and it should go up to the top, and then let go. And she's on top now. This one, I'm not sure if it's relevant or not, so I'm just going to pop it on the side. This one is not the kind of colours I want anymore, so I'm going to pop it on the side. This one is more, even though it's nothing to do with fashion, you've got the textures, you've got the colours, and you've got kind of more of a lifestyle image. So not everything, if it is fashion, has to be a woman in women's clothing. You can take, say, if you're doing a mood board on cars, you could have the exterior of the car driving fast, but then you could also have, say, a close-up of the steering wheel, the leather on the steering wheel, or where potentially the owner may go to chill out, say, a diner. What type of diner is it? What mood is that diner? You have to choose pictures to also show the emotion of the brand. And you can overlap the images, or you can make sure they all have like equal distance apart. And it's also what is fashionable at that moment in time as well. So you can do some research on Behance, on Dribbble, to see how other people are displaying their work, and then you can also get a feel of if there's anything else you want to add, the way someone displays a colour palette, the way someone adds a pop of colour in there as well. And now I've decided I do not want these other images. I'm going to literally just select them, and you can delete them, or if you're like, oh, I don't know, I might want that bit of tree, then you can turn the eye off. Okay, so I have what I think is a very rough chucked together mood board, and we're going to select them all and move them to the right hand side. Now we're going to add a colour palette. To see how you create a colour palette, check out my other videos, and I'm going to click and drag that in. Now I feel like I've got a lot of the colours, but they're a bit separated. So put all of the oranges together and all of the greens together and all of the neutral tones together and see if it flows. I feel like I need a black, so always remember, if you're going to need it, add a white and a black into the colour palette, because you always forget it, it's standard, but it is part of the colours, especially in fonts. And if you're going to have to use black, then add it into the colour board, and you can see if there's going to be issues right from the beginning. So select, bring in the colours. So there is the final finished mood board with the colour palette and the inspiration images on the page. If you want to go a step further and add information that you may need, such as a title or a brief or an explanation of the brand or some keywords they may want to use, then you can pop these on there as well. But this is a first stab. This is just to get your creative juices flowing and give you a guide to set you on your way. So that was how to create a mood board and colour palette in Photoshop using inspirational images. If you liked that, hit the subscription button below, give this video a thumbs up, and leave any comments below on what you thought of it. See you next time.